This is Anthony John Agnello, Senior Social Editor at Games Radar. We are taking you through the top 10 best Xbox One games out there in the world today.
On the count of 10, everything you've ever known fades away. You will be in Horizon. I say.
Forza Horizon 2 focuses on lines, tricks, points, and very irritating men in sunglasses, but don't let those burks detract from its succulent open-world driving. This arcadified take on the Forza Horizon world is reason enough for owning an Xbox One, with its dynamic, world-altering weather and the southern European setting stylistically outstripping everything in its predecessor. Tearing up the Mediterranean brings a tear to our eyes.
Tell me why we shouldn't kill you now. The Conclave is destroyed. Everyone who attended is dead, except for you.
DragonAge Inquisition is enormous, handsome, and in love with the subtleties of world design, storytelling, and combat. BioWare's many years of toil on their World's End combat fantasy paid off with one of their very best games. Thedas is magnificent and is populated by some of the most likable characters the medium has to offer, securing Inquisition's place amongst the best RPGs on Xbox One. Fallout 4 is a natural evolution of Bethesda's work during the last console generation. Aimless exploration, gentle humor, and moral quandaries abound as usual, but they're bolstered by an admirable new-gen veneer. They may not be enormous shifts, but better voice acting, better gunplay, and even something as subtle as not having to look inside crates to loot them all make this a streamlined version of a classic formula. Once again, Bethesda crammed several games worth of joyously inconsequential stuff in here, resulting in one of the most compulsive, Moorish games of this generation.
Excuse me, sir. There's no smoking in here.
Batman Arkham Knight closes Rocksteady's trilogy on a high note with a heady, silly, rain-slicked romp across a ludicrous neon Gotham. There's crime to fight from sewer to stratosphere, but there are also genuine surprises along the way, not to mention some of the most accomplished open-world storytelling out there. We are firmly pro-Batmobile as well. Take it for a spin and you'll wonder how you ever explored Gotham without it. It's honestly hard to see why Batman himself is so grumpy about it all.
Hello, human. I'm Ho-Bear the Meta-Bear, a vaguely bear-shaped geometric character in a video game.
Kalimba is the crowning achievement in Press Play's Microsoft-exclusive oeuvre. Here's how it works. You have to steer two totem pole stumps through a dastardly platforming gauntlet in this puzzler that'll tie your fingers up like flumps. Precise, taxing, and faintly adorable, it's the Xbox One's secret platforming weapon. Get a sneering Nintendo fan to come over, show them Kalimba, and their happy, colorful brains will be blown into rainbow chunks.
Here you go.
Thanks, Kelly. Everyone ready?
Affirmative.
Halo 5 Guardians, as befits the marquee Xbox franchise, offers so very much. The series has always been about a balance between campaign and multiplayer, but Guardians' entry is admittedly lopsided. The story of Locke chasing Master Chief isn't up to the standards of past entries, but luckily, it also has the series' best multiplayer, and that gets our visors misty. Arena is a return to the Halo of old with tense cerebral skirmishes that are an oasis of sanity in a sea of crude shooters. If you fancy some madness, then you also have Warzone's mega battles powered by a desperately addictive card collecting system.
I know why you're working in the region where she went missing.
Alien Isolation tries to trick you into thinking you're safe, but here's the secret about Creative Assembly's masterpiece. You're never safe. The game creates the most effective slasher villain of all time in the thumping, vicious xenomorph. You'll know Isolation's got you when you're cowering in a space box for 20 minutes just because you heard a vent open as you went past, sprayed precious fire at thin air, and ran for the nearest corner.
Hurry, it's midnight already. You promised Ciri you'd train with her. Go before Vesemir bores her to death with those etchings.
The Witcher 3 is one of the most immersive RPGs ever made thanks to its expertly written story, endlessly satisfying detective meets monster hitman contracts, and side quests deeper than most games' main campaigns. Its seamless, provincial world is one of the few game spaces that truly feels like a world, a multifaceted jewel of political intrigue, folklore, and gross beasts. Couple all that with full-length game expansions like Hearts of Stone that are equally good, and The Witcher becomes utterly essential. Grand Theft Auto 5 is ubiquitous for good reason. It really, truly is that good. Already excellent on last-gen machines, it's made even more so on Xbox One thanks to a visual tidy-up, a glut of new content, and the addition of first-person pedestrian beating. With heists finally making its online component even more enticing, Rockstar edges closer to making a game world so vast and varied that you could start to do away with anything else.
Bingo. You know what to do.
Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain feels markedly different to Hideo Kojima's previous bizarre war epics. It's just as full of off-kilter jokes, mechanical ingenuity, and wild conspiracy theories, but at its core, this is a very different kind of game. The switch to wide-open spaces featuring multiple missions not only makes this a masterclass for stealth action developers, but it also effectively turns every player into their own spy film director. That time you pulled off a tense magical heist alongside your mute sniper buddy, that was all you. It's long been said that Hideo Kojima has been more obsessed with emulating his favorite films than making true games. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain proves that to be false. He wants you to do that yourself, and you can happily spend a few hundred hours obliging him on Xbox One. If you enjoyed this tour through the best Xbox One games, check out our other lists of the best games on PlayStation 4 and other platforms, as well as many other videos at youtube.com/gamesradar.